Okay, so now let's see how we can implement internally in the computer. Okay, that is nothing but with the help of hardware implementation. So we can implement the addition and subtraction of the signed magnitude numbers. Okay, so here we have two registers. The two registers are, one is A register and the another one is B register. So why we are choosing here two registers means, actually we are doing addition and subtraction operation, no? So for that we have already taken two numbers, that may be A and B number, right? So that for the two numbers I can taken here two registers. The first number is stored in A register, that is here we can represented by the that register as AS. Okay, so and the second number will be represented, or the second number will be stored in B register, that is represented by BS. Okay, so here AS is nothing but a generally that we can call it as a flip-flop, so which can stores the sign bits. Okay, so this A register is nothing but it can be represented as first number, remember that. So B register we can represented by the second number. Okay, so now coming to the AS and BS, we are calling like a flip-flops. So why we are choosing flip-flops? Already you knows, right? Flip-flop definition, that is nothing but it is a 1-bit memory element which can stores only either zeros or ones, right? That means we can store any one of the bit. So that 1 bit is nothing but here which can stores the sign bits. Okay, so what are that? Which can stores the sign bits. So what are the sign bits we are having in that? So sign bits are generally represented by two types. One is positive and another one is negative, right? So we have two sign bits now, one is positive sign bit and another one is negative sign bit, right? So negative sign bit we can represented by the letter or number, that is nothing but 1, and positive number we can represent it in the form of binary, that is 0. Okay, so already I explained in the previous lecture, so you can verify that concept. Okay, so here these two sign bits we can store in AS and BS flip-flops. Okay, so that means which we can store the only sign bits here. So we know that sign magnitude representation, that means the first sign bit is in by the that may be either zeros or ones, that may be positive or negative. Okay, so the second number will be stored in B register now. So along with B register, the corresponding sign bit of the B register can stored in BS. Okay, so for suppose A register may be consist of the number may be 5. So plus 5 we are having for the for example you can consider imagine. So A register consists of the number as plus 5 and the B register having the number as minus 5. So that means here 5 will be stored in A register and the plus and here minus will have no that sign bits we can store in here AS and BS. That means plus we can store in AS and minus we can store in BS. So plus we can represented by 0 now. So here 0 can stored and here 1 can stored for negative. Okay, like that. Okay, so and here we are using one parallel adder. So we know the advantage of parallel adder. So that is by using this we can add two binary numbers. Okay, so what is meant by parallel adder? What is the advantage of parallel adder? So we can add two binary numbers. So parallel adder is nothing but a collection of full adders. Remember that thing. Okay, so now coming to here, so we have to supply a mode bit here. So this is M is nothing but mode bit we are having, that we can call it as mode control. Okay, that means it is given to the input to the parallel adder. Okay, so here this M pin is given to the input to the parallel adder. And also we have one more thing, that is complementer block. Okay, so we have a complementer here. The value of this mode bit may be either 0 or 1. If the value of mode bit 0, then that will be passed to the input to the parallel adder. Okay, so that is nothing but that we can call it as input carry. Okay, so if M is equals to 0, that M is equals to 0 we can call it as input carry. So that input carry will become as here 0, that 0 will be given as input to the, or that 0 will be passed to the input of parallel adder. Okay, so what happened if M is equals to 0, that is given to the input of parallel adder? So what is the result we are getting here? Now we will see here. Okay, So if m is equals to 0, then complement or transfers to the, okay, so this complement or transfers to the content of B register. Okay, if m is equals to 0, that is given to the parallel adder, what happened? So directly what happens? The complementer or transfers the content to the B register to the parallel adder. So that means like this it will be transferred. Okay, so as well as what is the input carry here we are having? That is 0, right? So that means first of all the 0 will be passed to the parallel adder, and the second thing is complementer will transfer the B register content into the content to the parallel adder. That means we have now B also here, right? So in parallel adder we have two things here. First thing is m is equals to 0, that is given to the input carry to the parallel adder, and the second one is what happens if m is equals to 0, the complementer is also connected here, m pot, right? So automatically the mode pin is equals to 0 now. So complementer will activate, the B register content whatever it consists, that will be transferred to the parallel adder. So now the parallel adder content have two information, so that is 0 plus B. Okay, so after that, so this content, okay, so that content is nothing but like that here A register also connected to the parallel adder, no? So now we'll do one thing here, that is nothing but A register content is transferred to the parallel adder also. Okay, so now we have the information as 0 plus B plus A is present in parallel adder. Okay, so now what we will get the result here? So that is nothing but 0 is nothing but what is the 0 here? Positive content, no? So that is nothing but we are getting the addition operation. Okay, so after parallel adder getting the information as 0 plus B plus A, then we'll get the addition operation, that is A plus B. Okay, so it means this operation we can call it as addition operation. Okay, so this addition operation will be performed, and after that the corresponding result, what we will get the result, that is sum, no? After doing addition we'll get the two results, one is sum and another one is carry. You know already that thing. If you are doing any addition operation by using binary numbers, we can get the two things. The two things are, one is result as sum and another result as carry, right? Like that. So while doing addition operation, will be after performing the addition operation, so next whatever the result, corresponding result, that is sum, will be transferred into the again A register. Okay, so after performing this addition operation, whatever the result we are getting, that sum will be transferred to the finally A register. Okay, so here S specify, this is nothing but S. Okay, so here S specifies the load sum, that we can call it as result of the addition operation. Okay, so here A register as the source register as well as the destination register we are calling. Okay, so what is the addition operation? How can we perform that addition operation? So if the mode control pin is equal to 0, automatically the parallel adder, that means the mode control 0 will be acts as input carry, that will be given to the parallel adder register, as well as whenever it is equal to 0, the complementer will activate and the B register content will be transferred to the parallel adder also. So now after that the A register content, that means whatever the first content we are having, first number, that will be also given to the parallel adder. So now finally we are getting the 0 mode pin plus B second register plus first register. So after doing this content, so then we are getting the final result as A plus B, that is nothing but addition operation we are performing here. So that after performing the addition operation, whatever the result sum we are getting, that result sum we are stored in A register, that will be represented by here load sum. Okay, so that's why A register we can call it as, one is source part and another one is destination part. So that is nothing but, source is nothing but like a input part, and destination we can call it like a output part. Okay, so that's why A register we can call it as a source register as well as destination register also. And after that, if there is any output carry, okay, after performing addition operation, so if there is any output carry will be present in this, okay, that carry will be transferred to the E flip-flop. Okay, so getting my point, ma? So here we are doing addition operation. So how many results we are getting? 2 results, sum and carry, right? So the sum will be stored in A register. And what about carry? So that means if any carry will be produced after doing the while doing the addition operation, if any carry will be produced, that output carry will be transferred to the E flip-flop. This is one of the flip-flop that we are calling like a extended flip-flop. Okay, so what is E? That is nothing but extended flip-flop. Okay, so after performing addition operation, if there is any output carry, that carry will be transferred to this E flip-flop. Okay, so the value of E will be transferred to the AVF. Okay, so that means the value of E value, whatever that output carry we are getting, that will be transferred to the AVF. So AVF is nothing but it stands for add over flag. Add overflow flip-flop or flag. Okay. So we are calling AVF is nothing but add overflow flip-flop. So after performing addition operation, if you get any overflow here, okay, so that overflow will be transferred to this flip-flop. Okay, so this is complete addition operation. So now in that we are having subtraction also. So now we will see that subtraction operation. So how can it performs means subtraction will be performed, that is if mode pin is equal to 1. So if mode pin is equal to 0, what is that mean? That is nothing but positive. That means we are doing addition. Now coming to the mode control pin is equals to 1. Okay, so if M is equals to 1, what happened? So that is nothing but then the complement or transfers the content of B register into the parallel adder. So before that already M is equal to 1 is given as input carry. So that is nothing but 1 is present in the input carry of parallel adder. After that the complementer will transfer the B content into the parallel adder. That means here we are doing the subtraction operation, no? So for that complementer will transfer the complement result of the B register. That is nothing but we are getting the B complement. Okay, so then complementer will transfer the complement of the B register to the parallel adder. That's why we are getting the B complement. Okay, so after that again whatever the A content we are having, that will be also given to the parallel adder. Okay, so we know that here how to calculate the subtraction operation. So that means we can calculate that subtraction operation is 1 plus B complement plus A. So that is nothing but we are getting the result as A minus B. Okay, so complement plus mode pin as negative already and A result. So then we are getting the result will be A minus B. Okay, so that means we can calculate the subtraction operation by adding the 2's complement of the second register here. Just observe the thing, here we are not taking the normal B register content, we are taking the complement of the B. So that meaning is nothing but here we are doing the 2's complement. Okay, so 2's complement of the second register to the first register. So after that the corresponding result will be transferred to the A register. So that result is nothing but A minus B. So while subtracting this, whatever the result we are getting, that will be transferred to the again A register. So why we are doing here 2's complement? Actually you know one thing, that is nothing but addition we are doing normal procedure, but if you are doing subtraction method, compulsory we will go with the 2's complement method. So just go and check the digital principle notes, ma. So already I explained that thing, how can we subtract two numbers, that means two numbers. So that means if any one of the smaller number we are having, so that means that smaller number will be subtracted to the larger number. Before going to that subtract, the smaller number will be converted to the first 2's complement. After that we will go with the addition of the two numbers, whatever the result we are getting from the 2's complement. So that result will be added to the first number. So finally we are getting the subtraction result. Okay, that is a subtraction method. Okay, so I will go with one example here. So if you are chosen the numbers maybe 15 and maybe like some 20, so that is nothing but whatever the numbers we are having here. So in that, whatever the 15 minus 20, no, so whatever the second number we are having, so that second number, that means subtrahend number whatever we are having, that not equal to 20, so whatever that number you are having, so that subtrahend number will be first converted to the 2's complement. Okay, so after that this 2's complement number will be equal to the 20, no, so that 2's complement result will be added to the 15. So finally this is the subtraction procedure. Like that here also we are taking the b complement that is mentioned by the 2's complement. Okay, so that means after performing the a minus b, so that means after performing this operation we will get the result, that result will be transferred to the a register. Okay, so if there is any output carry will be produced, okay, if any output carry, the carry will be transferred to the E flip-flop. Okay, so if there is any overflow, that will be transferred to the AVF flip-flop. Right, so generally when performing subtraction operation, we should not get any output carry, that you know already thing. Okay, so that means we didn't get any output carry while doing the subtraction procedure. Okay, so there is no need to transfer the output carry to these flip-flops. Okay, so this is the hardware implementation method. Clear? So addition operation is nothing but mode pin is equal to 0. First of all, that is given to the parallel adder, and the second one is B content will be transferred to the, directly we can B content will be transferred to the parallel adder and A content will be transferred to the parallel adder. So we can get 0 plus B plus A, directly we are getting the addition operation. So while getting the addition operation, the result whatever that sum we are getting, that will be transferred to A register. And carry also we are getting now, that carry will be given to the E, and if any overflow will be there, that will be given to AVF. Like this way, if you are getting subtraction operation, if you want to do subtraction operation, compulsory the mode control pin will be acts as like a 1, because the negative sign will be shown by 1. Okay, so this one will be given to the parallel adder, and the complementer will be transfers the complement of the B register. Okay, that is given to the parallel adder, and the next A content will be moved to the parallel adder. So then we are getting 1 plus B complement plus A, that is result shown by the subtraction operation, that is A minus B. So after getting that subtraction, whatever the result we are getting, that will be transferred to the A register. If any carry, so directly we can say that we cannot, we shouldn't get any carry result from the subtraction operation. So no need to do this, no need to take this extended flip-flop, and no need to take this AVF flip-flop, because while performing the subtraction operation, so we shouldn't get any output carry, and no need to transfer the output carry to the flip-flop, and no need to get the overflow. So that overflow we cannot transfer to the AVF. That is a point behind in hardware implementation of the addition and subtraction of sign and magnitude data. Okay. Okay, so now after getting that hardware implementation, now we'll go with the hardware algorithm. Okay, so now let's see the hardware algorithm. So this is the flow chart. By using this flow chart, we can perform addition and subtraction of signed magnitude numbers. Okay, so here we have two types. A separate procedure we have for that. Subtraction operation is, this is a procedure, and addition operation we have the procedure here. Okay, so here just observe the logic. So this is the for addition operation now. So in that, for addition operation we need two numbers, and for subtraction operation also we need two numbers, right? So for adding two numbers means, in that the first number we can call it as addend, and the second number we can call it as addend. Okay, so that's why the first number will be stored in A register, and the second number will be present in B register, that is addend and addend. Okay, so we know the logic for addition operation now, so that logic behind here. Okay, already knows the logic here. So how can we perform that addition operation? With the help of signs we can perform that, right? So per suppose, first thing I can take it, so that is nothing but if the signs of A and B are same, that is positive positive or maybe negative negative, what is the result behind that? Add the magnitudes and the result of sign will become as A of sign, right? That is the reason we are getting. And here if the signs are maybe negative, so add the resultant magnitudes and the resultant sign will be shown by the A of sign, right? So now we'll see here the same result we can present here. Okay, so here then first what we will do, if the two numbers having the same sign. Okay, so that may be positive positive or maybe negative negative. So positive positive we can shown by 0 0 or negative we can shown by 1, right? You know the thing now. So positive sign we can shown by 0 and the negative sign we can shown by 1, right? So that's why we have two numbers now. So positive positive for A is having positive and B is having positive, or maybe A is having negative and B is having negative. So what happened for this result means add the magnitudes, that is the result, right? So for that purpose here we have taken comparator. So this block, okay, so this block we are calling as comparator. We can add the magnitudes now. So for adding purpose we can take the comparator block here. So by using this comparator we can compare the two sign bits. That means we can compare the two whether it is positive or negative. We can compare the two signs here, okay, or two numbers. So here we are performing the exclusive OR operation in that. For comparing purpose we are taking the exclusive OR operation. You know the symbol, no, this one, this is XOR operation symbol. So before going to see that, you must know one thing, that is XOR result. XOR gate result you should know. So that is nothing but A, B. So this is the XOR gate now, A, B. So XOR B. So what is the function of the XOR B? A complement B plus A B complement, right? So that is A XOR B function. So for two inputs, how many possible combinations we are getting in binary? 4 possible. 1 0 1 1. Okay, so for 0 0, what is the result of XOR operation means, if the two inputs will be low or if the two inputs will be high, that means two inputs will be same, then we are getting the result as 0. Remind that thing. So if the two inputs will be same now, the result will be 0. If the two inputs will be different, then we'll get the output as 1. Okay, so this is the logic of XOR gate. So with the help of this we can performing this addition operation. So now we'll see here. So here we are taking the exclusive operation in between AS and BS, right? So for suppose if the signs may be positive, for two inputs of the signs may be positive means plus plus. So A as positive and B as positive. So both will be positive means we can shown by positive sign by binary number as 0. So that means both will be 0. Is it right, ma? So A will be positive sign and B will be positive sign. So positive sign already shown by 0 0, right? So that means A will be 0 and B will be 0. So while doing 0 XOR 0, what is the result we are getting? Again 0. Like this way, if the two numbers A and B will be having negative signs, so negative sign is nothing but shown by one letter, right? So 1 1. So then we are getting the result as again 0. Right? So that means for suppose if the both the signs may be positive, the result will be 0, and if the both the signs will be negative, the result may be 0, right? So both the signs are same. If you want to perform addition operation, then we have to compare the first sign bits of both the numbers. If they are same, then add the magnitudes. Okay, so how can we add the magnitude? The first magnitude will be present in A register and the second magnitude will be already present in B register. So now we will add that two magnitudes. Okay, so then what is the result we are getting? The result will be 0, again 0. For 0 0 we are getting the result will be 0, and for 1 1, that means for positive 0, for negative sign also we are getting the result as 0. So that means A plus B. So the result will be, what is that? 0. So then it can be performs the A plus B operation. Okay, so if the both the signs will be positive, no, so then we are getting the result as 0 for the both the content. If the both the signs will be same, no, the result will be 0 0. So that means this result may be 0, that output will be equal to the, what is the operation we are getting? Addition operation, that is A plus B. Okay, so this A plus B will performs addition operation on A and B registers. Okay, so the corresponding result will store in which register? That is EA flip-flop or EA register. So if there is any output carry, okay, if there is any output carry is produced, that carry will be transferred to the E flip-flop like this way. Already knows the procedure of hardware implementation, no? So after doing A plus B, so then if any output carry will be produced, then will be given to the E. After that any overflow will be given, so that will be transferred to the AVF, like that here also. So if any carry, output carry will be produced, that will be transferred to E register, and the next one is if any overflow will be there, so that will be transferred to the AVF. Okay, that means after that carry will be transferred to the AVF. So while performing addition operation, if the signs of A and B are different, the signs may be either 0 or 1, so then we can go for the another procedure. So the sign will be same, this is the procedure. If the signs will be different, what happened? So now check it. If the signs will be different means positive and maybe negative or maybe positive. First we will see that A is positive and B is negative. So positive means 0 and negative means 1. For 0, 1, what is the content we are getting? 1. And if negative as 1 and if B as positive, then result as 1. So that means if both the signs will be different, so then the result will be as 1. So that means if you perform a exclusive operation of different signs, so we will get the result as 1. So this one specifies AS is not equal to BS. So that is the logic. So we are getting the result as here. So what is the result we are getting? AS is not equal to BS. AS is nothing but here. So this AS sign will be maybe positive and BS sign will be negative. Both will be not equal now. Plus is not equal to minus, right? So that's why the result will be 1. So both the signs will be not equal. So then if you are doing here, so what we are getting that operation? So then what we have to do here, if the signs are different means we can go with the subtraction operation. So just check it here. If both the signs will be different, what we will do? Subtract the magnitudes, right? So that subtraction will be performed here also. Okay, so here we are performing the subtraction operation. So using this A plus B. Okay, so that is nothing but A plus B complement plus 1. So you know, right, already how can we perform the subtraction operation? That result as subtraction operation is equal to the 1 plus B complement plus A. So then we will go with this procedure. Okay, so that's why here if the result is 1, if both the signs will be different, so then we are getting the XOR operation is result as 1. So then the result will be present as subtraction operation. That subtraction operation we can represented by A plus B complement plus 1. So we have to add the 2's complement of the second register, okay, second register to the first register number, and the result is transferred to the EA. Okay, so while performing subtraction operation, we should not get any overflow and we should not get any output carries. That already we knows thing. So we knows that thing. So that's why here AVF flag will be clear to 0. So we shouldn't get any carry no here, because this is subtraction operation. We shouldn't get any output carry. So that's why AVF value will be tends to 0. Okay, so this is the complete addition operation. So if both the signs will be both the signs will be same, so we are getting the result is A plus B. If the signs will be different, so then we are getting the output will be subtraction in addition operation. So now let us discuss the subtraction operation here. So that is nothing but first number will be, we can call it as minuend, that is present in A register, and the second number we are calling subtrahend, that is present in B register. Okay, so here also we are using a comparator. Okay, here also we are using one comparator. So in order to compare the sign bits of AS and BS. So already we know the procedure of subtraction operation. So if the signs of, that is nothing but here, if the signs of A and B, that is nothing but, if the signs of A and B are different like this, plus minus and minus plus, what is the result? Add the magnitudes and the resultant sign will be shown by A of sign, right? So now we will see here. So like this way, here also. If the both the signs will be different, that means A's value will be maybe positive or B's value may be negative. That means both will be different, means like this, plus minus minus plus. What is the result we are getting? Plus minus is nothing but 0 1, minus plus is nothing but 1 0. What is the result of XOR operation? 1 1. So that means here. Okay, so if the both the signs will be different, so then the XOR result we are getting 1. So that 1 will be shown by the output is here. That means both the signs will be different, like AS may be positive or BS may be negative, or AS may be negative, BS may be positive. That's why these two are not equal. So then we are getting the output is addition output. Okay, so we will get the result as 1. If the both the signs will be different, like 0 1 or 1 0, then we can perform the exclusive OR operation. So we will get the result as 1. So if the result as 1, then we have to add the magnitudes, that is A plus B, like this. A plus B we are doing, right? So then we have to do the addition operation. Okay, so if it is 1, that means if AS is not equal to BS, so then add the magnitudes and the result will be stored in EA register. And if any output will be carry will be transferred here, so that output carry will be transferred to ABF. That already we knows that thing, right? So now this is the if signs are different. So now we'll go with the another procedure here. If the signs are same, plus plus like minus minus in subtraction method, what we have to do? That is nothing but subtract the magnitudes, right? So now we'll see here. If the signs are same, like this, plus plus minus minus, that means 0 0 or 1 1. What is the XOR result? Both will be 0. That means this case. If the signs are same, that is like 0 0 or 1 1, so then what we have to do here? We have to subtract those two numbers. That's why we can represent it here. This is the subtraction operation, right? So that means AS and BS value may be 0 0 or maybe 1 1. So then we have to subtract the second number from the first number. So the result may be A plus B complement plus 1. So the result is transferred to the E, and so this is nothing but subtraction operation. So after that we should not get any overflow. That's why ABF will not clear here. So that's why we can represent it as here 0. Okay, so while doing subtraction method, we have three cases raised: A greater than B, A less than B, A equal to B, right? So for addition operation also, for subtraction, whatever the operation we are doing, so if while doing addition operation, if the result may be 1, we are getting the subtraction. Subtraction operation, while getting the result as 0, again the subtraction operation. But both the subtraction operations, that means if you are doing both the numbers as different signs, so that means in addition we are doing the subtract magnitudes, but in that we have raised three cases.